Good morning, students. Today we will start a new chapter named Study of Gas Laws. This is the lecture number 1 of this chapter. Today's topic is basically behavior of gases. This lecture video is presented by me, Pranit Ghatak, your chemistry teacher. So let's begin. Today's topic is basically the behavior of gases or the nature of gases. Okay, so how the gas being behavior is being observed by us. Okay, so this behavior and characteristics properties of gases is being explained with the help of kinetic theory. There are mainly two theories. By these two theories we can easily determine or easily explain any of the characteristic properties of any phases or any states like solid, liquid and gas. These two theories are one is thermodynamical theory, thermodynamics, another is kinetics. Okay, so by these two theories, by these two concepts or two theories, we can all explain the properties and the behavior of three phases or three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. Here today we will discuss the properties of gases on the basis of kinetics, that is the chemical kinetics or kinetic theory. Okay, so we will understand the behavior of gases in the eye of kinetic theory. Okay, so the first property is gases have no definite shape and volume. Okay, so as the molecules in a gas are far apart and in a random motion, so they could not have a definite shape and volume. Okay, so why the gases have no definite shape and volume? Because the molecules in the gas are far apart from each other and in a random motion, so the gases will have no definite shape or volume. Okay, so let's move to the next point, that is gases exert pressure in all direction. Okay, we know gas exert pressure in all direction, but why? According to the kinetic theory of gases, what happened? The particles of gas are in a rapid motion in straight lines until they collide with each other. So suppose this is a particle of gas and this is the other particle of gas. If these two particles of gas collide with each other, and suppose this is a particle, and if one particle like that, this particle is suppose, okay, this is the other particle, this particle collide with this gas and collide with this particle, and it will, after colliding it will exert a pressure to the box or to the container itself, and after the collision the particles of the gas will exert a pressure in the walls of the container, and this pressure exerted by the gases are the result of these collisions. Okay, so the pressure exerted by the gases are the results of this collision. So there are so many particles of a gas. Suppose this is a particle and this is a particle, these two particles collide. Okay, after colliding these two particles will exert a pressure on the container itself, on the wall of the container. Okay, so this pressure exerted by the wall, exerted by the particles of the gas, okay, is the result of the collision. Okay, so due to this the gases exert pressure in all directions. Due to the collision between the particles of gas, the gases exert pressure in all directions, because collision can be occur in any direction. Okay, so suppose this is the y direction, this is z direction, and this is x direction, three dimensionally. So this collision can be occur in any direction, x, y or z. So the pressure will exert by the gas should be in all direction, because collision can occur in all the directions. So pressure exerted by the gas will be in all the directions. Okay, so point number 3 is gases are easily and highly compressible as the particles of the gas occupy very less amount of volume. That is why they have occupied the volume they occupy are mainly remain vacant. Okay, so as the particles of the gas occupy only very less amount of volume, so the huge fraction of the volume became vacant. So this entire space occupied by the gas, from the entire space occupied by the gas, only a small fraction of volume is being occupied by the gas particles. Other volume is being kept vacant. Okay, due to this vacancy in the volume, the gases are easily and highly compressible. So gases are not a solid material. The gases are, there are so many vacant spaces in between the gases. Okay, so that is why you can easily compress the gas. Okay, so the gases are highly and easily compressible due to there are so many vacant volumes in a gas container. Okay, because in a container, in a given volume of container, the gas particles occupy very less amount of volume. Okay, so let's move to the next point, that is the gases are indefinitely expansible. Yes, because the intermolecular force of attraction between the particles of gas is negligible. Suppose here a gas particle is A and another particle is B. If the intermolecular attraction between these two particles is very less, then what happens, this A can move towards here, move to the extent like here, and B can move to the extent like here. So the distance can become more greater and more bigger. As the intermolecular distance getting more bigger and greater, so they can occupy in number of volumes. Okay, so as the intermolecular force of attraction between the particles is very low, so they can travel to a far over distances, okay, from each other. That is why the gases can occupy indefinite positions or indefinite volumes. That is why gases are indefinitely expansible. Okay, because they can expand as many as they can. Okay, because their attraction force, the intermolecular attraction force, is so low. Okay, so let's move to the next topic, that is the next point, that is the gases diffuse or disperse with no outside air. We know gas can diffuse. Okay, because gases are composed mostly of empty spaces. We have already been said that the volume of the actual gas particles is very less. So there are so many empty vacant spaces between the gas particles. That is why the particle of one gas can penetrate the empty space between the particles of another gas. So the penetration of one gas by another gas is called the diffusion. So penetration of one gas by another gas is called the diffusion. So as there are so many vacant spaces between the gas particles, so one gas can penetrate the other gas particles because there are so many empty spaces. Okay, so particle of one gas can penetrate the empty space between the particle of another gas, and this phenomenon is being called as diffusion. Okay, this phenomenon is being called as diffusion. So gases can diffuse or disperse with no outside help. So they can do it by their own. We do not require to give any energy, an outside energy, like some external energy like electricity, heat, or anything. We do not need to give them. Okay, and the last point, the last behavioral characteristic is gases have relatively low density, because the mass of a particular gas is very low, because the volume of the particular gas is so huge and relatively the mass is very low. As we know, the density is equal to mass by volume. As the mass is constant but volume is so high, volume of the gas is so high because of their low intermolecular attraction force. That is why, as the volume is so high and the mass is constant, that is why the density becomes very low. Okay, so that is why the gases have relatively low densities, because of their high volumes and low masses. Okay, So that's it for now. I hope you guys have understood this part very well. If you get any kind of doubt, please ask me, and you can ask your doubts in the comment section below as well. Okay, so thank you very much.